y'all, it's me, 24Kevin. You get me, Kevin, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The grind don't stop. I'm like overly motivated like right now, man. I'm like over the top motivated, man, pumped up. And the reason why, because, you know, on a daily basis, I get an opportunity to interface and interact with people at work when I'm in meetings. I'm on social media talking to people all the time, man. I'm very observant. And one thing I've been able to detect is that everybody has like this winning desire. Like everybody is trying to do something. Everybody wants to be successful. I get so inspired by that, man. Everybody has this vision, have their strategies in place, and they just going after it, man. And you know, that's what motivates me, man. That's what gets me inspired and get me amped up, man. So you all really inspire me a lot. So continue to go after your goals and go after your dreams and continue to become successful. But here's a distraction that's going to come along the way when you're trying to become successful. And it's this thing called failure, right? Success, failure. And I'm sure at some point throughout your life you have experienced many failures. And that's just something that's inevitable. That's just something that we all will experience, right? So you got like these people that you look up to. You got a lot of successful people that you read about in magazines, on TV, social media, Instagram, Facebook, and they inspire you. They're very successful. They are entrepreneurs. They are multimillionaires. And we often get inspired by stuff like that. You've seen somebody's success story about them losing 150 pounds, and instantly you get inspired and you want to do that too. You want the same results. You want the same outcome as well. So what I'm most critical of are those people with that platform. They never shed any light on the negative aspects. You know, I guess no one had to go through trials, tribulations. No one had to cross that barrier. No one had to jump that hurdle. No one's never been bankrupt. No one's never been to jail. No one never been fired. No one never had a crack addiction. No one, you know, everybody is just so squeaky clean and perfect. And everything just magically fell out of the sky into their lap and they just woke up and became successful. No, it don't happen like that. I'll be the first to tell you it does not happen like that. So again, when I'm always talking, when I'm interacting with groups and I'm talking to people, I always shed light on the negative aspect of any and everything that I've been through. Because I don't want you all to have to go through that, and maybe you all can learn from me. And maybe you can dodge that bullet that I took, you know, them bullets that I took in the chest. Maybe you can dodge it and it'll help you go another way. It'll help you just, you know, swerve and maneuver and take an alternative route. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. But I'm very critical of those persons that never, ever speak on the negative aspect. So again, you got this thing called failure. Success, failure. So I want you to take out a sheet of paper and I want you to get a pen. And I want you to write this down real quick, man. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I just like to get straight to the point. And the definition of failure, let's get a better understanding of what failure is. Failure is the lack of success. Write that down. Failure, lack of success. Based on Webster's Dictionary, that's what it says, right? We all have our interpretation. We have our own interpretation of what failure and success mean. But right now, I'm just going to use the text that's written in Webster's Dictionary. And right now, I'm just shooting off the head. I don't have any teleprompter in front of me. I don't have no notes. Any and everything that I say to you is raw and organic. And it comes straight from the heart to the brain and out of the mouth. So again, write that down, failure. So now we understand what failure means, the definition. Now let's get down to the root cause of failure. The root cause, I like to for an example, like an onion. In order to get down to the root cause, you got to start peeling them layers back. And once you peel them layers back on that onion, you're able to discover the root cause. You're able to get down to the bottom line. So again, let's try to understand, why does failure take place? And again, this is just based off my observation and based off my experience that I've been through. I'm not speaking in regards to anybody else. Again, you may have your own interpretation, but I'm only speaking in regards to what I have encountered. So again, the root cause of failure, sometimes, man, when you go through a series of failures, back to back to back, it's because you're not ready. Write that down. I may not be ready. For an example, piss poor preparation. You hadn't done anything to prepare yourself for this shift. You hadn't prepared yourself mentally or physically for the good Lord or for the universe to shift you into the next direction. And then it may be a situation where as though you have prepared yourself mentally, physically, you stacked up your money, you have the networking, you have been praying, you have been doing everything that you're supposed to do, and you still cannot shift. And the reason for that, I believe, is because you may do more harm than you would good. You understand that? You may do more harm than you would good. You'll produce more harm than you would good. Therefore, the universe has this way of detecting energy. So the energy that you're producing, you're not ready yet. The universe is not ready for you, and you're not ready for the universe. Your situation, the stars haven't aligned up yet to allow you to shift. And so the next thing is that I want you to write down is it's not my season. Sometimes it's just not your season. If you look at nature around you, you look at the flowers, you look at the plants, they all have a season that they grow and that they blossom, they flourish. They all have a season when they become productive. They all have the season. First, it starts with a shift. When you prepared yourself, the universe will shift you into that season. And when you become ready, you will flourish, you will blossom just like the flowers, man. So it may not just be your season. Everybody has a season. Nature around you has a season. The energy that you put out to prepare yourself is going to shift you into that season. So remember, it may not just be your season. And the third thing I want you to write down, man, you may not be ready. You may not be ready for this one, man. You may not be ready. What I'm about to tell you, it's just not for you. Hard to accept. It is just not for you. No matter how much you want it to be for you, it's just not for you. So what you have to do in that situation is, you done tried about 20 or 30 times, and it's still not working, man. Sometimes you just got to be coherent and conscious enough to know when to gracefully just bow out and quit. Take all that you learned, the good and the bad, take it, and just apply it elsewhere to another situation, man. You just got to know when to quit and when to tap out, man. Nothing wrong, it's just not for you. So you got to be conscious enough, alert, and coherent enough to understand that it just, it ain't for you. The NBA just ain't for everybody. You understand what I'm saying? So now that you wrote those things down, you got the understanding of what the definition of failure is. You understand what the root cause may be, why failure actually take place, and we need to understand how to handle failure. How would you handle failure? You're going through all these failures. Now, what I want you to write down, first and foremost, you got to go back to the drawing board. Pros and cons, checks and balances. You got to be able to figure out what works, what doesn't work. When you're going through this failure, when me and my team at work going through a failure, this project that failed, man, we got to go to the drawing board and try to figure out what has been working and what hasn't been working. Take the good, take the bad, write it down, put it in the lessons learned. Remember that in your mental, up in your brain housing group, up in this mental, man, where everything is stored. Always have that lessons learned, man, good and bad, right? The next thing, moving along, you got to get you some help. You got to always get you some help. Don't act like you too proud, man. You too big to ask somebody for some help. Always ask for some help. Always. Once you get you some help, because there's tons of resources out there. There's tons of like-minded people out there that are willing to help you, man. And they have been through the same thing that you've been going through, man. And they can share a lot of information. The third thing you need to write down to understand, write this down. Isolate all this negative energy, because you're going to have these people just telling you, I told you it wasn't going to work. See, I told you it wasn't going to work. I told you it wasn't going to be nothing. I told you shouldn't have did that. And that's the last thing you need to hear is that negative energy around you. You just need this positive energy. You need people around you uplifting you and encouraging you, right? So the fourth thing, I'm getting a little off track here, man, because I'm so motivated. The fourth thing you need to write down, man, and take this with you. Try again. Always try again. You done went back to the drawing board. You know what worked, what didn't work. You done got you some help. You done got rid of all this negative energy. Only thing left to do is to try again, man. Try again, man. And I pray to the heavens, man, you become successful. So again, man, failure, expect failure. Failure is inevitable. It's going to happen, man, on your journey to success. You may instantly become successful, and then automatically along the way, man, while you continue the journey, you may just fail, or you may have a series of failures along the way before you become successful, man. So they all, success and failure, work together, man. So embrace it, man.